Welcome to today's video insight. Last video we talked about our life revolving around what our mind sees we enjoy. And we also talked about in a previous video default overlaps with seeing, and that we see differences, and that by default isn't visible. So if we want something different, we need to create. And creation means we now see something we haven't seen before. And how does that work? How is it that someone sees something another person doesn't see mentally? Or even physically? That's quite fascinating. We can also, if we have a better framework for things, we can actually see more differences, like different colors or something. If we have names for a lot of different variations or tones of colors, we see more colors. So it's not only seeing a scenario or something or an answer, it goes in all aspects of seeing. But so in order to see something, we need to be creative, we need to create. So the first step is to have some foothold, some crack, some sense, oh, this is not enough, I want more. We talked about red flags as well, like negative emotions. Then we want to pay attention, and there we have a foothold. There we know, okay, we need to get creative, we need to build something, or we need to zoom in to see a difference or a contradiction. And so creativity comes down to, we see something we didn't see before, and that needs to get built, and we need to interact. What a block to creating is shutting down, concluding. We also talked about our mind constantly gives us conclusions, and we rubber stamp them and we accept them. We don't need to do that. Actually, we must not do that. It's crucially important that we get our epistemology right, and that we acknowledge things we don't know for sure as such. And that opens everything up. And we need this opening up of our mind, so it builds something new, then we see something new. Actually, if we content with default, we cannot break out. We need to break out of default and build something different to see more. And the first step is not shutting down, not rubber stamping the conclusions of our mind, keep being open. Then it's crucially important to build a vision of how it would be better, and to see clarity and understanding about the vision. That can be an interactive process, and also we don't need to shut down regarding the vision. We can keep it open until it really fills itself into reality, where we say, okay, wow, we are now over the threshold, this is great as it is, we can build something else. And then also for creativity, it's very important to know where we are, to really understand, okay, where are we standing, mentally or even contextual, with other context, like with certain physical resources or relationship-wise, depends on the vision we want to build. But it's really important to get clarity about where we are, where we want to be, and there's this difference again, and then we can see. Then we can, the difference then can get built by our brain. But we need to build the difference. We need to get clarity about the difference, and then we can see. So that's how creativity works. Another really important part about creativity is, I just said your mind can build then. Your mind is this processing, this machine that's working for you. And it has a certain power to build stuff, and we want to use that and don't want to distract it constantly with problems that aren't really important. So we really need to make sure that we don't get involved with problems or our mind working on stuff Like, for example, if you have really disharmonious relationships in your life or something where constant problems occur, it will have an impact on your productivity in work, on your creativity there, because your mind tries to solve a different problem. So your mind is pretty limited in, you have this one spot you can use and then you have full power behind. But if you scatter that processing of your mind, you don't get 100% out of your mind. It's always better to have one open question for your mind to work on, then it can go full steam on that. And yeah, so that's another part of creativity. But it's important. We see by seeing difference, so we need to be really clear where we are and where we want to be. And then the difference can get filled in by our mind. That's how we create. So creation means seeing something that wasn't there before, that wasn't visible before. And also another aspect of creativity is to really pay attention what problems your mind is working on, what's its creative processing power, where you use it for. It's a resource, a precious resource. And and if you scatter it too much, it can be that you don't get over the threshold you need to get to solve a creative problem. That was today's video insight. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.